I just want to highlight the small ball unit because that has been insane. The ability for that lineup to grab rebounds and all that has been crazy. Like speaking of the lineup here, they're watching highlights of it right now. There's many versions of it, but right now it's Kaysen, Caruso, Dort, Jalen Williams, and Aaron Wiggins in this like random first quarter highlight clip. Alex Caruso was playing backup center minutes in their last game, and Zubac was struggling to score. When it was Chet guarding him, Zubac was struggling because Chet's a great defender. But when it's Alex Caruso, who's like 6'3", guarding him, and he still can't score, it's just a testament to how good this team rotates and switches. They know how to peel switch correctly. They know how to do all that stuff. It's just been really crazy how like Al Baby Cakes, Alex Spears from the Down to Dunk show. He had a great tweet. He was basically like, one of his big takeaways with these last 6 games is how big the margin of error has been for OKC this season, and that's just true. Because if you look at the Clippers game, and at least like maybe 4 of their 6 wins, they did not play good on the offensive end over 48 minutes, and they still won those games by at least 12 points. And that just goes to show how insanely good the defense has been, to where it makes it hard for the opposing team to play 48 minutes of good basketball. So it gives you a huge margin of error. And with all the steals and blocks you get, it gives you a lot of easy fast break points as well.
Let's hear it, Alex.
Uh, yeah, I mean, you basically already said everything about like the micro ball lineups OKC has been using, especially in the last 2 games, and those have been incredible. Like really just going in there, getting the rebounds. Reason for that is that they go into like the lower body of the big man to push them out of the paint, so they can't really like grab the rebound because they constantly have to fight for position. And that leaves like always like 3 to 4 defenders collapsing in to get the rebound. And even if they don't get it, they're always fast enough to get back out there to prevent second chances from happening, pretty much. Um, and what they also do great is like denying entry passes, but that's also when Chet is on the court. OKC is arguably the best post entry pass denying team in the whole league right now. It feels like 90% of all turnovers happen because uh, like the opponent can't pass into the post against OKC, and even if they get into the post, there's always an instant double team coming whenever the big touches the paint. So it's a steal factory for OKC. Now against the Clippers, that didn't really happen as much because the Clippers were smart enough to play more over Harden than Zubats. But yeah, this game was basically won in the non-Harden minutes. Like when Harden rested, Ty Lue said in a post-game interview that he thought that when Shai rested in the fourth, that he could also rest Harden. But that wasn't the case, and that still shows that OKC definitely has more flexibility offensively than a team like the Clippers has. They can still live without their offensive superstar on the court and drill their shots because they play in such a team way to generate good looks for everyone. The prime example for that is like Alex Caruso, who doesn't score as much, but like always does the right plays, knows when there's like a zone coverage coming up, knows how to set the screens, knows where to be in the position so that teammates are getting open. Just overall, an incredibly smart player, not only offensively but also defensively. And yeah, overall, this Thunder team makes a lot of fun on the defensive end so far. Play really smart and don't really allow anything that's out of the norm. They obviously live with corner threes, but that's the price you're giving up for having a good interior defense.
Yep. And Alex Caruso is the kind of guy who's probably going to finish with more fouls than points. I think he's done that at least maybe at least 2 games so far. But just to give you some perspective on the Thunder defense, and the whole Thunder defense is pretty well. Just the Thunder basketball is predicated off defense to offense. Okay, Every time you get a live ball turnover or you get a steal or a block, like that's an opportunity to run. I don't know what the transition opportunities look like in terms of stats, but Thunder lead the league in steals with 80. They lead the Cavs, who had 69. And the Thunder also lead the league in blocks with 48. That's 5 more than the Portland Trailblazers. And we've just told you, like, Chet Holmgren has probably played less than 30 minutes per game. It's everyone going up for these blocks. It's Cason Wallace, it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it's Aaron Wiggins, it's Jalen Williams. It's everyone putting their body on the line, putting themselves in a position to recover and be successful defenders and make winning basketball plays. And I think you made a great point, Skip, from Al Baby's point was there's a lot of room for error. Like I've been watching these games being like, J-Dub's been so inefficient. Shai, why are you taking these pull-up threes? But the role players step in, they do what needs to be done. Chet, you should be more aggressive. But it doesn't matter because the efficiency is there when it's needed to be there. And the Portland Trailblazers can go 7 of 11 in the second quarter on 3-point attempts, tie the game, and then your role players can take over. Like I remember watching this team and being like, "Oh my God, Aaron Wiggins hasn't even played basketball yet," and it was like the second quarter, and I'm like, "This guy's starting in some games," and to see the flexibility in our lineup is just unreal. Like it's the most fun team to watch in my opinion, and obviously we might be a bit biased, but it's a lot more fluid. It's a lot of up and down. It's a lot of action. So super excited to just see how long they can keep this up.
Yep. Super wonky compared to other teams. So that could make them the most like fun team, I guess, in some people's eyes. The point you made about the like flexibility and how the offense hasn't even been good yet and stuff, I agree with that a lot. The Spurs game was borderline disrespectful how Shai was playing because it was so weird. Like he didn't look like he was engaged in the actual game. And he was just like, you know what, this game, I'm just gonna practice my 3-pointer. He ended up being like, I don't know, 1 for 8 or 2 for 9 or something weird like that. Like he shot really bad from three. But in the first half, he was just like, okay, I have the ball, defenders here. I'm just gonna pull it. I'm just gonna pull it again. I don't really care what the score is. And then it didn't matter because the Thunder were just like up 20. The lead got trimmed down to 9. Start playing serious for a couple minutes. Lead goes back up to like 20. Shai just starts trolling again. And then, yeah, like that was very strange. I don't know if you guys felt the same way with that game specifically, but the overall point I agree with.
I agree.
Yeah, because you could see like everyone else on the Thunder were like more or less trying to play how they usually play. And Chet was extra motivated because it was a Wemby game, but Shai was just trolling. Like he was trolling. It was the weirdest game I've seen from Shai. Because he's usually very selective with what he does. That game, he didn't care. He's just like, I'll take contested threes. Like, who cares? It doesn't matter.
But yep, that's all, folks. This is a clip from episode 61, which is currently being uploaded. As you can see there, you can follow YAMology Podcast on Spotify. You can also find it on Buzzsprout and any other podcasting networks that you follow. So just make sure to like this video, subscribe, and pass on to a friend. Peace. See you in the next one.